What is going on, everybody, and welcome to Puckin Around. My name is Jordan. You may know me as Shot Props. Joining us, as always, Tyson Cole, a.k.a. Spittin' Picklets.
Yeah.
And we've got a special guest today joining us. If you know us, you definitely know him. It's Gretzky Betskis. How you doing, Betsky?
Oh, doing well. How about you boys?
Oh, no yurt?
No.
Not
Too early for that?
Definitely too early. It's always too early for that.
Fair enough.
Betsky, glad to have you here. Thank you so much for making time with us.
Yeah. I always love chatting puck with you two guys.
Oh, yeah.
Before we jump into it, where can people find your work? And we're going to ask you this at the end of the show as well. But
sure, yeah. Well, you can find me on Twitter/X at Gretzky Betskis. It's plural because somebody else has it with not the singular version is already taken. You can find my written content at Betting News, and then I do shows Puckit and Expected Bets 4. So I'm around. Oh, and if you like Utah, the Utah Hockey Club, I do a kind of fan blog and podcast called Clean Hits, and we have a very special guest tomorrow that actually plays on the team. So
very fun.
Looking out for our second NHL player interview that will be dropping sometime next week.
Can you give us a hint on who it is? Don't say who it is, but give us a hint.
This dude brings the boom.
Ooh.
How many big booms? No, I'm just kidding.
5 big booms.
Whoa! All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. I'm excited to check it out tomorrow.
Something to look out for there. Tyson, you said you had a story for us about your sheet.
Yeah, no sheet today, everybody. I do apologize. So usually wake up in the morning pretty early and sometimes I miss the show, but when I do come to the show, it's early here. Okay. I usually just do it in the morning. There was some golf started this weekend, so I was kind of up a little later doing that. Went to bed at about 1:00, and I think the fire alarm goes off about 1:45, 2:00, and we didn't get back in till about 3:15, 3:30. So,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I'm running on fumes right now. A little tired, 4 hours of sleep, but I mean, I'm dedicated to the grind, and we had a big special guest today on here, so I couldn't miss it, but no sheet today.
All right. Well, we'll make do without it, but we're gonna keep this to a tight hour. Betsky's got to head out after, and it sounds like Spittin' needs to catch up on some sleep. So let's just jump right in.
Let's do it.
First game on our slate, we've got the Devils at the Maple Leafs. Both these teams scoring a lot, both top 12 on the season. They're also both shooting a fair amount, both top 15 there. Leafs giving up the 8th most shots on the season, and neither of these teams giving up a ton of goals. And the Devils are not allowing any shots at all. It's 25 per game on the season, and I believe it's even better currently or as of late. Good target for wingers if you're looking for shots on the Devils side. Outside of that, let's look at some player props. Oh, and just because we don't have Spittin's sheet, I will say Leafs have lost 3 straight. They're 6-4-0 in their last 10. The Devils 4-4-2 on a 1-game losing streak.
No Tavares either.
No,
yeah,
John,
he was placed on IR.
Yep.
We'll take a quick look at those lines so you can see the adjustments. And these were updated today, so these are what you can expect. So Domi taking number 2 center role, Nylander and Pacioretty. There you go.
I'm just
Lorenz
happy
is-
that the Lorenz off the top line. Like,
He's gone. He's back to line 4.
Frank
Line
was
1 or 4.
that was a fun experiment, but come on.
Line 1 or line 4. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll look at some props here potentially. So like I said, wingers could be a decent look on the Devils side of things. But outside of that, I know we're veering away from shots overall. So.
I know,
Yeah.
but there's one that's really hard to turn away from in this match. And,
All right.
he has failed me a couple nights ago. And when I look at his chart, I just cannot believe that was the game he failed me on. And that is none other than Jack Hughes, who has now hit in 8 of his last 10. So you can do the math here. Guess which one of those I took him on against his arch nemesis, the Rangers.
Yeah.
But he's averaging 4.4 shots on goal over that span, 8.4 shot attempts. And oddly enough, he rips puck against Toronto, who has kind of been stingy against shots in years past. This year, they're a little bit leakier. But he's hit in 6 of the last 9 against them, averaging 7.6 attempts and averaging 4 shots on goal when he plays against them. So, do you trust him?
Jack Hughes.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to log in. I didn't want anybody seeing my passy.
No worries.
What odds did you get on Hughes?
He's like minus 150, so it's like a parlay piece on top of it.
I know, but I mean, it is a good matchup. Look at all this. That's crazy. I think I had him this game too. I took him for 4 shots at a point.
Sorry, my camera's going crazy.
He got the point, but I mean, his recent form is outstanding. He doesn't like playing the Leafs either. I mean, clearing in 67% of what is this? His last 9 games, 6 out of his last 9, I believe. Missed earlier this year, both times. Only had 2, but his attempts were there, 7 and 9. So I mean, I like it. Just get these shots on net, Jackie. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I know, and sometimes you gotta like it when they have good history, but they missed recently. The camera is driving me crazy. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. We'll get it.
I mean, if he's missing, but his attempts are there, I like it.
Yep.
We got a comment in the chat. Profit Factory, what's going on? Thanks for joining us today. I usually say this, I forgot. If you're watching, feel free to drop questions, comments, plays in the chat, whatever you got. We try to keep this as interactive as possible.
We'll go over it. Was there anything else that kind of caught your eye here? Who's doing well recently?
Oh, and
there's not bad either, but again, it's shots. So I may want to lean on Devils points here. Again, with Tavares out, you're losing one of their better defensive centers. Lines are kind of shuffled around. But I mean, all the guys you're going to want to lean into for points are going to be a little chalky here unless you're willing to do a stack.
Yeah, Toronto 3.1 goals against per game over their last 10.
Do you give a guy like Max Domi a look for a point? Plus 140, but he's up on that centering that second line. I don't know. Like, probably not. I mean, it's the Devils. They're not allowing a ton right now.
No.
Yeah. This one looking to me like a big slate. Don't love anything. Just
skip it. All right.
We do have one quick one, though. Profit Factory says Timo Sogs. Let's take a look at Timo for his shots real quick before we go.
Ooh, great history.
Sure.
Recent attempts are decent too.
Yep. History looks good. Cleared in both games against Toronto this year, and I mean they've been really good at limiting shots this year. So cleared with 5, 6. His attempts are 10 and 9. I like that too. Is he better? He's on the road. 57% compared to 41% at home. So you're getting that location advantage as well. Yeah, I like it.
All right. That's a good one too. Okay, we'll keep it moving. Next up, we've got the Washington Capitals at the Ottawa Senators. Senators a minus 110 money line favorite at home. Caps scored a ton, second most in the league on the season. Ottawa shooting a good amount, ninth most on the year. Ottawa is also getting a ton of power plays, the most per game in the league, 12th most for the Caps. We'll look at some recent numbers shortly. For those in terms of goalies, let's see who we got here. Marilainen for the Senators, no information on the Capitals side of things. I don't know if that's how you say that name. Yeah.
Wait, I always get nervous when goaltenders who don't have much film on them are starting. I guess he's played 7 games, so never mind. This isn't totally like a
stats are pretty good.
Unknown.
Like 198 GAA, 925 save percentage at 7
I
games.
think both of these if it is Logan Thompson, both these goalies are coming off shutouts. Because Logan Thompson played against the Ducks and Marilainen or whatever played against the Islanders, and I believe it was 3-0 for Washington and 2-0 for Ottawa.
I think you're right.
So,
that's good. That means they're hopefully not going to do it again.
Yeah. Over maybe?
I mean, are we going to talk about the Chychrun in the room or what?
Yeah.
Dude got absolutely embarrassed by the Sens. Senators go out and trade the 12th overall pick and 2 seconds for him 2 seasons ago, and then dump his ass this offseason and took back Nick Dowd from the Capitals. So they essentially traded Chychrun for nothing.
They got Nick Jensen.
Jensen. Oh, yeah. I mean, is that any better?
Fair. Good point.
First game back for Chychrun. He's been shooting quite a bit. I think you're going to see a little extra motivation from him. Now, Caps aren't the best for shots against, but at this point, I know Sogs haven't been the spiciest prop lately, but this is one that's been pretty consistent lately. Averaging 6.9 nice attempts per game over his last 10, and has hit in 7 of those games. He missed 2 of his last 3 hitting against Anaheim in the last game. So it's not like you're on some 8-game streak here. I kind of like his shots. I definitely like his point tonight.
Well, it's just the revenge angle. You kind of throw the matchup out the window, right? Like, this is his first opportunity to play against a team that, I mean, he was good on the Sens, but I don't know why they didn't retain him.
Or at least doesn't make try to ask for more to show the man some respect.
No doubt. And I mean, it's nice because when Ovi was out, he took Ovi's spot on the power play, but then Ovi came back and he did so good. He's still on that top line power play. As far as I'm the last time I checked. So
Capitals are one of the only teams that are rolling 2 defensemen, but they're playing Chychrun almost like he's a forward on that top power play.
Exactly. So he's going to get a lot of shots. You do get a location advantage here. He's cleared 3 out of his last 4 on the road and 45% on the year compared to 42% at home. So and it's in Ottawa. It's in Ottawa, which you just want to stick it to the fans a little bit too, and you're getting a really good price on it. I know shots are down, and I don't think Ottawa's a great matchup, but it's a good revenge angle.
They are taking the most power plays now, or allowing the most power play opportunities to opponents again. The old habits die hard for the Sens.
Good. Well, that's
they
even
were
better.
Limiting it for a while, and now they've gone back to their old ways of just pissing people off and taking bad penalties. So
almost 3.7 per game.
Yeah. Which is not what you should do when you don't have your starting goaltender in that. But here we are.
And then we also they want us to love a good saves prop.
Yep. Just saw it. It's Washington. I don't think is shooting lately, though. Are they?
No, they don't need to.
I know.
They're the second lowest, 23.3.
They're the Vancouver Canucks of last season. I mean, they just score on not a lot of shots.
That line looks right. I will say. Yeah. We do have a comment saying, can we take a look at Shane Pinto point? So we
Pinto parlay
over 2.5.
We should get Pinto on as a guest next time. Points in 3 straight. The only thing, I would be concerned about is now that looks good.
He's been moved down to the third line. I thought he was playing up top with Brady recently,
Yeah.
but not like he wouldn't have been on the third line in these matchups you're looking at here either, though.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I mean, 5-game point streak against Caps does not like playing them.
Nope, I like that.
I mean, before his time in Ottawa, that's Carlson. I'm dumb.
Yeah,
Never
Carlson doesn't like Ottawa for some reason either.
Yeah. Chikrin, whatever. Sorry. It's early. I mean, his point looks good too. What are you going to play? Are you going shots or point?
I think I'm going to go shots here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of like the recent trend. I like that he hasn't hit like too many in a row here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the power play angle here. So you don't need to worry about getting some weird goalie issue. The other one that kind of stood out for me was Batherson, if we want to talk about history. And he's back on the top line with Norris and Brady.
Okay. Are you talking shots?
No.
Yep. 3-game point streak.
You're getting a coupon here. Only minus 130 for Batherson. Top line.
Yeah. Top power play.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I like it for sure. And another thing, like both goalies coming off a shutout, you could see a little bit of regression there. We could see some goals in this matchup. So yeah, I don't mind it. I don't have anything else.
See if we have anything in the chat. We had a couple. What's going on, Brandon?
How you doing, Brandon?
Brandon says hi. Betsky.
Oh, all right. Sorry. Not hi.
Spitting. Not interested in spitting. And one thing we can say, since milestones are fun, if Ovechkin gets 22 goals tonight, he will be first all time.
Okay.
Okay. Well, never know.
I think I can only bet as much as 3 goals. So,
is there any player or goalie in the league that you think would like try and steal the puck when he breaks it?
No.
I let in the goal, so I should get the puck.
I could see Binnington like trying to take it.
Oh, that'd be so funny. I could see Binnington grabbing the puck and just shooting it right out of play.
Yeah.
Right into
throwing it into the crowd.
Oh,
no, I don't think so. I mean, it's a pretty special record for sure.
Yeah, they respect it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it moving. We got a lot of games to get to. I'm throwing us off the rails here. The Ducks taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Lightning a minus 315 money line favorite. Lightning, the highest scoring team in the league. Braden Point coming off getting benched for missing a team meeting.
Give me him.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Give me him.
The Ducks allowing the 11th most goals against on the season. They are also a target for shots. Every position, any group, you want to target it. The Lightning also getting a good amount of power plays. We'll look at some more recent numbers. Those are all on the season. And in terms of goalies, we have absolutely no information yet. So let's see what that says. I
think it's kind of stupid that he had to miss a game. I mean, it was a pointless meeting anyway.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'll see myself out.
But yeah,
I'm kind of like just gonna be all over him. Points or shots.
Yeah.
Shots wise for sure.
His home splits are incredible. And again, you're getting some discounts here. He's what? Plus 105 because he's missed, like he's only hit once in like the last 7 games, but all of those but 2 were away, which is like his kryptonite.
Yeah. Like if we're looking at his last
he's coming off the benching. I love him tonight.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, if you look at his home chart on the year, he hasn't gone 2 home games without hitting his shots line and since October. And even like this isn't a fluke. Last year he cleared 72% at home. And he look at this too. There was only 1 instance where he missed in 2 straight games. So I mean, he's just gonna have an extra fire under him. He's at home in a good matchup. Like, I don't know how we're getting plus money for this.
Anaheim allowing the 3rd most shots against tied for third actually with Utah. 30.6
Oh.
shots against per game. So it's not too many teams over 30.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another nice angle. And they are 8th worst, I believe, to centers. Yeah, 8th worst to centers at 11 per game.
Yeah, give me him.
All right,
Yeah.
rated point for or 2.5 shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Profit
That's for
Factory
sure.
brought up Hagel shots, which also looks very good.
Okay, I'll check that out. I mean, you could honestly even take Braden Point goal. Like,
Yep, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is his shots are plus money and his goals plus 110.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's like
I'm taking.
He's
a
efficient.
shot, but-
He can be efficient. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alright.
You just got to take the shots. You're not going to get like plus money.
Are you worried
Oh
about
my God.
Dostal? Yeah.
No, not at all. Like I'm just saying, shots are easier to come by than a goal,
Oh,
obviously.
totally.
So if you're getting plus money and the price difference is not
like a
big.
couple nickels. Nickels.
Yeah. exactly, give me some shots.
I mean, that's a 50% off coupon on his shots right now.
Exactly. Hagel shots do look good too.
You didn't even have to download the app for that coupon. It's just been sitting there waiting for you. You just walk into the store and it's 50% off. You're like, wow.
Didn't even
Holy
have,
cow.
have to enter.
I wasn't planning on buying one of these, but I'm taking it home now.
Great analogy. I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah, Hagel looks good. Shots, his attempts are, I mean,
His attempts are
outlied by this one game, but still pretty good. Like for 3, 6, 6, 9, 5 is all right. But again, it's a good matchup. The only thing is he is better on the road.
Yeah.
64% on the road compared to 45 at home. Damn you, Troy Terry. I took you. You just had a kid. I took you for a goal. I took you for a point. It's plus money. And, well, they got shut out. Can't really blame anybody. Or just
No, so is that a spot you want to bounce back at too?
No, I'm done. He's
No?
going to score tonight. So, but I'm not going to lose another couple units on that.
Really?
Just moving on.
I may dabble in this point. I may find a way to sneak that in somewhere.
All right.
Minus 110, still playable for sure. Decent history.
Yeah.
2 points against them earlier this year. That wasn't home.
Just got shut out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I'm just really looking at point and kind of locking in on that one play for the game.
Yeah. Maybe do a point stack with him and Gantz or something.
Yeah.
As Profit Factory mentioned, Kucherov is minus 700 for a single point, and I don't want 1.5 points here against Dostal.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he can.
Just
it's
lock
good
in
to give up
point
2 to
over
3, but
1.5.
after that, it's dicey.
Yeah. No, they've been decent. Or he's been decent, I should say. Let's move on. We've got still a ton of games, like 13 overall. Next up, we've got the Detroit Red Wings at the Florida Panthers. Florida, big money line favorite, minus 240, minus 250, depending on where you look. Florida's 8th most goals for per game on the season. Detroit's only 23rd, though they are much better as of late, playing well with the new coach. Both these teams, good spots to target defensemen for shots. Outside of that, no real shot targets worth mentioning. And in terms of this matchup, we do have goalies, which is nice. Cam Talbot for the Wings, Bobrovsky for the Panthers. Let's go to Spittin for some player props, and I can pull up some more recent numbers as well.
Yeah, I mean, just going off what you said about shots to defensemen against the Panthers, I mean, I don't think I've ever played cider shots. I don't think I ever will play cider shots. There's just no one really on Detroit's defense that I would play. I mean, not to say that I don't know. Cider's just never a guy that I'm betting on.
Yeah, that's fair. We've got some questions here. Kane only at 1.5 SOGs and Lundell shots. We'll look at Lundell real quick.
Yeah.
And then Profit Factory's just wondering why Kane is only 1.5. So
on here it's 2.5, but I can We can look at that for sure. I mean, yeah, Lundell 1.5, 67% at home on the season. He cleared 3 out of his last 4, including a big 7 shot performance on 10 attempts. I'm assuming that must have been like when Barkov was out, because he gets a massive boost to the top line when Barkov's out. So maybe that's why his production went up there. Kane going down to 1.5. I mean, seems good if that's what you got it at. Don't hate it. 69% on the road, nice. Cleared 8 out of his last 9 or 10. Yeah, that's all good. One thing I do want to point out is it's absolutely wild that like the run that Kane and DeBrincat are on, like points wise. Like I bet their point stack so many times during this run because they're on a line together on the top power play. They were rocking and rolling. Not so sure how easy this matchup is, but just wanted to show respect and give credit where it's due.
As of late, Florida is actually, both these teams are tied 15th most goals against per game, 2.89.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to play too much in this game. I mean, Raymond looks good for a point, -130.
He was like
points
minus
5 straight.
200 last game.
Yeah.
It's a much better price.
You're getting that Panther discount. I'm probably not going to play too much in this.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah.
And that could be totally the wrong move here, but Panthers been a little funky.
But that's okay.
Is there any value on the saves, Spittin, before we move on? Just because it's fun.
No.
We don't have Talbot. 20.5.
These are crazy low, dude.
Hate those
I know.
lines.
Are the Panthers allowing? What are they averaging per game?
Yeah, they allowed 28.8 per game, and Detroit's shooting 26.1 per game. There's still some margin there.
With that number, like
even if they score 3, you're still looking at 23.
Mm-hmm.
I have to write that one down. I have to look into that a little more.
Yeah. It's not a love, but my ears are perked up.
Okay. Just something to look at. We can keep it moving. Still a ton of games. Oh, the next one. It's good. San Jose Sharks taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. One of our bets cashed. This is one of our bets that cashed on last show.
Hell yeah.
Eklund's. Let's go.
We don't need to talk about last show.
Huge favorite, -180, scoring a ton, 4th most on the year. Both these teams giving up a ton of goals against as well. Bottom 2 in the league, 3.5.
Close your eyes and think back into September 2024, a month before the NHL season starts. How many of you had been circling this game for props galore?
Right?
Yeah.
No. Columbus 6 most shots for. The most shots against are the Sharks. The Sharks are allowing. Every positional group is a great matchup. Second most to defensemen. Columbus is a decent defenseman. And in terms of goalies, I believe we have Georgiev. Yeah, Georgiev versus Merzlikins in net.
Beautiful.
Gotta love seeing Georgiev.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Especially after having one good game.
Yeah.
Let's go to Spittin for some player props because I think there's going to be a few.
Well, there's a low-hanging fruit one that I'll let Gretzky talk about, but William Eklund was the one we were on last game. I didn't understand why his shots were 1.5, -110. Woo! He had 4 shots, connected all of them on net. I mean, you're getting another good price, -128 for 1.5 shots. He's cleared in 7 straight games. He's good against them historically. He did miss earlier this season, but just due for a bounce back spot. He is a little bit better on the road, 55% on the year. But a lot of these games were on the road. I think 4 out of the 7 here. So, but even before that, he cleared in 6 straight games. So I'll probably be back on Eklund over 1.5 shots.
Yeah, no reason not to, and just tack on Celebrini at that point too. He just kind of snapped a 3-game cold streak with a 6-shot, 17 attempt performance 2 games ago. Had 5 attempts on 3 shots against Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with rolling with both of those guys on the San Jose side for a little bit here.
And then before we move on to Columbus, Profit Factory says Zetterlund point or assist. So let's look at that, and then we can look at the CBJ side.
Ooh, yeah. Does not like Columbus.
No, not at all. That's crazy. I had 2 earlier this season against them. You're getting a big number here, plus 135.
There's a chance that's mostly while he was on the Sharks too, right? When did he get traded? He got traded with the Timo trade, so
which was 2023.
That was 2022. The trade deadline of 2022, I believe. So
okay, so it looks like just
one of those is like a Devils game, as my guess.
Yeah, this one I think is the Devils game. This one's
so the rest is while he's on the Sharks.
24th.
Yeah.
So it's teetering. Regardless, at least
true.
four games with the Sharks, he's got a point.
Yeah.
Assist. I mean, we'll take a look. Is he on that top line with that Glenn?
It's Granlund, Graf, and Zetterlund is line 1. Second line is Eklund, Celebrini, Toffoli. Let's pull that up real quick.
I was gonna,
Graf, please.
I was gonna say this. Why is he here? Like, why is he listed for a point on here?
Yeah,
and that can't be right.
That's a good.
Plus 138 for his point.
That's their beat reporter, and this is from today.
No. I believe the report. I'm saying, like, look at the price here. Plus 138 for an assist and plus 138 for a point.
Oh, I think you would go point.
Oh, of course.
but I don't think he's actually listed. I think you guys found him off the goal, right?
Oh, look, it says sleeper. So he's only on sleeper.
You won't actually get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. CBJ side, Gretzky, you want to talk about this guy or?
Yeah, I mean, Kent Johnson's the way I'm going.
Oh, really?
That's not you're gonna say.
I know who you want me to say, but I do want to highlight Kent Johnson here.
Okay, sounds good.
Take a look at this man's home slits for his point. Sorry.
Point. Yeah. Oh, I remember at the beginning of the year,
yes,
dude.
It's ridiculous, and he just missed in his last home game. You're getting nice value on him at like minus 120, where that top line, even Adam Fantilli, is minus 140 right now. So obviously that top line looks great. You can take any of those guys, you can stack them, you can do fun things with any of those guys, staple them to Werenski, however you want to do it. But as like a single straight type value, I really, really like Kent Johnson today. Especially that Grubauer's in. If Askarov was in, I was going to be a little bit nervous, but just really like this opportunity of having that second line kind of getting some bad matchups because they won't be, hopefully they won't be against Celebrini. And then on top of it, he is playing with Luca Del Belluise, who has been on fire since he got a call up from the AHL and was leading the entire AHL in scoring before his call up. He's a 2022 second round pick. I really, really wanted the Yotes to draft him, but we did not. But he has been just a menace, super high motor center. Really complimentary to Kent Johnson. Think of like Cole Sillinger taking up 3 notches, and I just think this is a really nice mismatch if you're looking for, again, straight value here.
Sorry, don't you mean Tate McRae's ex-boyfriend, not Cole Sillinger?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know who Tate McRae was until last year.
Wow. Well, me neither, but now I know her. Just kidding. Yeah, Kent Johnson looks good. I hadn't looked into him yet, but I mean, I just have to play him. Like, it's too good. You're getting a really good price, especially against Georgiev.
Yeah. And this is that time of the year when sometimes you start to see the other lines do a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, and I'm sorry, Kent is actually back on with Cole Sillinger. So Luca Del Belluise is on the third line, but that doesn't really change my opinion too much.
Well, maybe he only was hot because Kent Johnson was on his line. Who knows?
Maybe.
Fantilli, you got to point him out again. Just a massive point streak. He's on that top line, taking Monahan's spot between Marchenko and Voronkov. I forget. I think they called him, if he keeps going this way, like right now he's Adam Fantilov, but he'll be Andre Fantilov if he keeps he keeps getting points or whatever. So, I mean, it's hard to really make sense of giving Monahan back that spot with how good Fantilli's going.
I agree. And these are like future franchise number one center. So
exactly. So this could be his big breakout. Then we could see him being a top line center.
Yep.
Oh,
Ryan Getzlaff 2.0. Be ready. Except he's.
I think we've waited long enough to bring this guy up.
There we go. Yeah.
Zachary.
Yeah. Zach Werenski. So this bastard, I was on him against Pittsburgh and against Seattle. And he had his 2 worst games.
He doesn't like playing on the road, dude.
Yeah, I know. But Seattle was at home.
True.
So, but on the road, I was like, yeah, damn, should have seen that. But, I mean, he's back at home against the Sharks. Really good matchup. I got it at plus 120 last night. You can get it at plus 110 still. Seems like crazy value, especially considering the matchup.
Yep.
And he's at home. So that's an easy one for me. I'm on Eklund shots, Werenski shots, and I think I was just talked into Ken Johnson point.
Beautiful game.
Can we go back to Johnson real quick? I just want to see what book we got to go to for point.
FanDuel minus 118, Fanatics minus 120, MGM minus 120.
Okay, FanDuel, the best luck.
When are they going to show some love for the West Coast Canadian kid? Like, come on. Give me some Bet365. Give me some, Betway. No one really uses Betway. Just give me Bet365.
Bet365 is a pretty big one.
I know. Okay. It should be on here.
Is there anything else in this game, or do we want to keep it moving?
I think we pillaged it pretty well.
Yeah.
You can still get plus 120 on Bet365.
Wow.
All right.
So jump on it while you can, because that should move.
We got okay. As I'm getting ready for the next one, I'll let you guys talk about this. Do you guys ever get worried when the whole world is taking a guy, i.e., Werenski?
Yes and no.
Usually, yes, but I feel like lately, if everybody's on him, like it's come through. Like who was? Oh, I can't remember. It was a few days ago. There was somebody that everybody was on, and I was like, kind of sweating. I was a little nervous, but it ended up coming through. Let me go. I'm gonna see if I can find it, but you guys keep going.
All right, let's go to the next one.
I honestly think it's a worse feeling when you don't take that person
and it comes through.
They smash, and you didn't take it because of that rationale.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'd rather just die with
Agent Kempe against the Oilers. I saw everybody and their mother on it, and I was like, I don't care. Like, it's a good matchup. He's got great history. Sorry, it wasn't a good matchup, but he's got the history. And he had, I think, 3 shots in the first period. So, came through easily.
Yeah, I don't bet on people because everybody's on it. I want to see the numbers, but I also will
for sure. But also, there's a reason everybody's on it, right? Like, because it looks so good. So
usually, yeah.
So I'll bet it.
All right. Next up, we got the Flyers at the Islanders. Islanders a minus 140 money line favorite at home. Flyers second most goals against on the year, 3.51. That's the biggest takeaway. Other than that, everything else is kind of middling. I'll pull up some more recent stats. In terms of your goaltenders, Ersson in net for the Flyers, likely Sorokin for the Islanders. We'll go to Spittin for some player numbers, and I can pull up some more recent team stats.
I haven't bet this, but kind of thinking Islanders team total maybe, just because they got shut out last game against Martinin or whatever.
What's their team total, 1.5?
Yeah, it's probably not a good bet, but just like situationally, like coming off a shutout, now you're facing a team who's allowed a ton of goals. Just initially caught my eye because I was now looking at the point props on the Islanders side, but Gretzky, you can go ahead if you got anything.
I'm not touching this game.
All right,
get out of here.
Fair enough. I'll look at the team total. Yeah, it's a 3.5 plus 130. No thanks.
Okay. Spittin', did you have anything you wanted to dive into, or we keep it moving? Oh, we do have one comment.
Frost Hogs.
Yeah. Drop Factory. Let's take a look at Morgan Frost. Shots on
Frosty
goal.
Sogs.
Let's see what we got. Where's he playing?
Nah.
Ooh. Minus 130 for 1.5. Not terrible.
bad.
Just better
Of
hope
that
he
big
doesn't make a
explosion game.
mistake and get torted.
I know, dude. He has been getting torted.
I know. Andy's
Like in the
online with
past.
Tippett and Konechny. I mean, it's not a bad look. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm. I mean, dude, look at Konechny. He's not even shooting right now.
True.
Tippett is, though. Yeah. So it's okay. Like, again,
Not
it's a
bad.
big card, or it's a big slate. So, I just like the angle going to the Islanders because they got shut out playing a team that, allows a ton of goals. But I don't mind Frost. Minus 130 for 1.5 is a pretty good price.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep it moving. Next up, we've got the Calgary Flames taking on St. Louis Blues. St. Louis a minus 140 money line favorite at home. Both these teams not high scoring and not allowing a ton of goals, 3 per game. Good matchup for Blues shots, though. 7th most overall per game, and every positional group is in top 11 on the season. In terms of goalies, we have – I didn't get it ready.
Pretty sure it's Wolf.
Okay. We don't know,
No.
but Hofer for the Blues. It might be, but Hofer for the Blues.
And they just
okay.
played each other in St. Louis. So this is a back-to-back in St. Louis with the same 2 teams.
Very fun. So we'll go to
That
Spittin'
sucks.
for his guy.
Oh, according to the score, it says Wolf's confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Kyrou, you bastard. I took you last game against the Flames. Missed. So, I mean, he could owe me some money. Could go back to him, especially in a good matchup against wingers. But I don't know.
76% at home. Missed 2 games straight.
Could be due.
Could be due.
That's the first time he's missed 2 straight at home all season.
Wow. But does that mean the trend's going to keep on going or what?
That's what I mean. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Big card probably just going to stay away from him and kind of this game as a whole.
Yep.
I think you can get some good value on some point stacks here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that second line for the Blues has been awesome. Holloway, Shen, it's going to get you probably close to plus 300 for points. Or you could do like Kyrou in one of those 2. Shen's a little bit better at home. I think it's Robert Thomas has fantastic history against the Flames, but his road home splits are pretty crazy.
Dang.
83% on the road.
Yeah. Dang.
Nice parlay piece.
So it's one of those weird situations of if you want to trust that because the last game was so low scoring that this is going to be the opposite or not. And I'm a little worried about as much as I'm pumping the tires with the point stacks here. Did we just see like the best run from the Blues for a little bit? Like, are they cooling down now? Because it felt like you could get 2 guys on the top line or 2 guys on the bottom line, like any game, kind of like what DeBrincat and Kane are doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And now it seems like, I mean, you can even just see on the Robert Thomas chart how it's like getting a little bit spottier.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. I definitely think like they were riding a hot streak. They were kind of playing too good for what this team really is.
That's kind of how I feel too.
Mm-hmm.
No offense
and also
to
like
Blues fans, but
Wolf wasn't in last game. It was Vladar. So
yeah, and they only were able to put up 2 or 1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I mean, we could see some. Yeah, I mean, Buchnevich isn't great at home either, but he's great on the road. Which is kind of crazy to say. I would be more keen on taking some Flames point props, but nobody really sticks out. Like
I know, and Flames have been one of those teams where it's just like any given day somebody's on a different line, and you don't know how it's going to turn out. They have
Exactly.
three lines that can score.
Yeah.
Not often,
And
but they can score.
what kind of sucks is looking at this. Like, the Flames are so much better at home, like especially points wise. So it's just a location where both teams aren't the best. So maybe the under. I don't know. Maybe we see a little bit of what we saw last game.
We do have one comment from Profit Factory saying he likes Anderson SOGs. We can take a quick look at that. Also, the comments are not delayed. We just manually pull them up. I try and pull them up when I think Spitten's ready to show the chart. So you're good. Everything's working okay.
St. Louis allows the 7th most shots, defenseman.
Coming off a 9-shot attempt game against the Blues. Got 4 of them on net. He is better on the road, 65% on the year. He's usually at 2.5, so getting it to minus 130 for 1.5 seems pretty good.
And yeah, it does seem like the books are adjusting a little bit to the low volume of shots we're seeing this year. It seems like a lot of guys that were at 3.5 are now steadily getting put at 2.5. And then some of these 2.5 guys are going back down to 1.5, which is nice.
Yeah,
I mean, every book allows you to do like whatever you want anymore, but the odds are a little bit more on point than they were at the beginning of the season. Yeah.
Oh, the beginning of the season was crazy. I remember Matthew Tkachuk was like, he had missed in 8 out of his last 9 games at 2.5, and he was bumped up to 3.5. I was like, why? How does this make any sense?
And it was like minus 150.
Yeah, but he hit.
All right. Got 10 minutes left in our time with Betsky. So I think we should pick probably 2 games that we want to work through. So
I want to ask one thing, and I don't want to talk about the rest of this game. You guys doing Yossi shots?
Let's look.
I put him in my sheet today.
Mm-hmm.
This is a complete leap of faith moment. But
better at home. Missed 4 straight.
He's not on home. Oh, he is at home. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Look at the head to head.
Yeah.
Chicago, 3rd most shots to defense over their last 10 games. 1st most shots overall over the last 30 days.
Take off the home filter too. I mean, it's just
great matchup.
Dang. Yeah. Yeah, he's clearing a lot.
That's a parlay piece for sure.
100%. Yeah, I don't hate it.
Dig it.
It's scary, obviously, because of he's not shooting lately. Yep. His attempts are there though. Like
I know.
His last 8 games. Like
look at his last 3.
Yeah,
I think you're good.
I think it's a good matchup against a team that he doesn't like to play clearly. So I don't hate that.
Good.
Sure.
It's moved to minus 178.
Damn. Oh, so I'm gonna build your parlays quick, folks.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to run down the last 5 games. You tell me which 2 we want to do. Montreal and Dallas.
Are you a hard gotta go at 10?
I can probably hang around for a couple more minutes, but not too much longer.
Okay, no worries.
I think Dallas-Montreal looks very good.
Okay, let's go to that. I'll pull that up quick. Montreal at Dallas. Dallas a minus 245 moneyline favorite at home. Both these teams scoring a decent amount. Dallas 4th most in shots for. They're also 28th in shots against at only 26.4. Montreal is particularly bad to wingers, 4th most on the season. Spitting. And Dallas 8-1-1 in their last 10 on a 1-game winning streak. Montreal 7-2-1 in their last 10, also on a 1-game streak. We'll go to Spitting for some player props.
Well, we just saw these 2 teams play. It was a great game in Montreal. I think it was 1-1 going into overtime, and the shots were super high. I think it was like 35-33 or something like that. So, I mean, we could see a lot of props here. I know that one popular one is Caulfield because look at him on the road. I believe he cleared 13 straight road games.
Jeez.
Which is kind of insane. His attempts are decent. Not as high as you'd like to see,
recently,
but he's getting them on net. So
the
only thing is it's a tough matchup, right? He was able to do it. No, actually he missed against Dallas in that game. Yeah, at home a few days ago. Now he's back on the road, so maybe he can come through. Just a note, not for this game necessarily, but whenever Patrick Laine and the Canadiens play a team that allows a crap ton of penalties, just take his shots because they just love to wind him up there. in Ovi's office, not Line's office. Made that mistake last episode, but yeah, not necessarily something we're playing today. But you said wingers for the Stars were a good look, so let's just see who's doing good. Wyatt Johnston, but he's at home now. Typically want to bet him on the road, clearing at 57%. Anybody stick out to you, Gretz?
Well, Matt Duchene's playing on a line with Jamie Benn, and Duchene, somebody on Expected Bets, somebody watching it mentioned yesterday how Duchene was on like Toronto radio and said that he grew up a huge Habs fan. And if you look at his history against the Habs, especially recently, it's pretty dang good, his shots and his points. And then you combine that with the idea that Ben is like 80% at a point at home. And I think that may be like one of my favorite point stacks of the day.
Oh, Duchene
and Ben has good history against the Habs. Again, it's tough because you're getting like the last 3 seasons worth of games, so you're not really putting in account of like when Carey Price was their goaltender. But I don't know. I think it looks pretty sweet. 77% home for a point for Jamie Benn.
I don't think Carey Price would have been the goalie for because he stopped playing.
Short on time,
that's what I'm saying. Like you're not getting like maybe they missed against Montreal when Price was in that, but
Shane had a really nice game. Shane had a real nice game against Toronto. Looks good. Very nice goal. If you didn't see it, check it out. Caulfield Suzuki stack for Profit Factory.
Yeah, Suzuki's really good against Dallas too.
Dang. Tons of good history here.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of good plays in this one. That was a good look to call out this game.
All right. Now for our last one, do we want to do the Rangers at Utah, Oilers at Avalanche, Kings at Vancouver?
I'm going to be honest. The Canucks don't do anything on the ice anymore, so let's go to the Rangers in Utah.
All right.
They're just so low event hockey. Like they don't shoot, they don't allow a ton of shots, so it's just kind of a boring game to look at props wise. So we'll go to the Rangers and Gretzky Betsky's Utah Clubbers.
Yeah,
those team well. So the Rangers -114 money line favorite on the road, slight favorite against Utah. Rangers allowing a ton of shots, 3rd most against on the year. They're also shooting a ton, 6th most shots for. They are particularly bad against forwards, 2nd worst centers and wingers, and Utah not great against centers either. Utah is 2-7-1 in their last 10 with their 2-game losing streak. Rangers 4-4-2. Lost their last one. We'll go to Spittin' for some player props, and I'll take a look at your goaltenders. And those goaltenders, no information on the Ranger side. Vejmelka in net for Utah.
I don't think I've ever bet like a Rangers prop this season just because of how bad they've been. But looking at the spot, I feel like Trocheck's a good look just because Utah's allowing a ton of shots to centers, and he's much better on the road, clearing 65% to 35% on the road, and his history looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Attempts are good. Attempts are okay.
Yeah. 5.
They're all right.
Nice and solid. Just nice and solid.
Yeah, and he's getting them on net. Good matchup.
Utah taking a ton of power or penalties.
Yeah. He's on that top power play. I do want to check out like who takes the most or who shoots the most on that Rangers power play, but I'll take a look
at Adam Fox point.
I don't like for how good he is. We always get like a good number on him. I think Franco brought that up
recent
last
performance has not been great, but you're getting a fantastic number at -130. Oh, it changed.
Yeah,
I mean, you could probably take his assists too here.
Nope.
But look at his.
I'm still seeing -130.
Oh yeah, -130. Yep. And then his history against Utah's pretty sweet. I got to see Adam Fox in the U.S. National Developmental Team play against ASU back in like 2017. Their goaltender was Ottinger, Clayton Keller was on the team. Fox,
Nice.
Greenway,
Oh my god.
Middlestat, and someone else. It just completely
Just
loaded.
studs.
And they played at this
Yeah.
rink out here called Oceanside, which is like tiny, like maybe 100 people. That's where ASU used to play before they got into mullet. It was incredible. Just like all these spectacular players. But maybe Fox thinks about that day at the ice rink next to a wave pool in Phoenix and brings it every time he plays this team.
Minus 130 on FanDuel. Utah over the last 10 games given up 5th most goals against, 5.4. Also 3rd most shots against at 30.6.
Yeah,
So,
and with the power play, with Fox potentially QBing that, I don't know. That looks pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Just looking at power play shots, Panarin, I guess I could just show you. Panarin leads shot attempts by quite a bit, but he only leads in shots on goal by 2. So, I mean, Trocheck, it looks the most efficient here. 26 shots for 51 attempts. Actually, it's Kreider, but 27 on 34. But we'll have to take a quick look at Hockey Viz and check that out.
We do have a
Just
quick
the areas, but
comment asking if we can take a look at Keller.
point
Yeah,
shots.
Keller, I think, has good history
Both.
against the Rangers, too.
Yeah.
Shots and points.
Points minus 200.
Yeah, little
So we're gonna-
juicy,
but-
but
Parlay these or stack them with Schmaltz or Cooley. Because Cooley's on that top line now that Gunther's out.
And Profit Factory suggesting doing what Spittin likes to do, where you just take shots and point together, if you can do that.
yeah. The only thing is I normally do it when like you can't play a shot straight,
Right,
and then I just
okay.
tack on the point if it's a good matchup as well. But you could just take the shot straight if you really like it. The only thing that I would be worried about is his recent form, and all of those games have actually been at home. Recent form at home has not been good. It is a good matchup. I mean, you could say he's due, but I mean, if you really want to go crazy and you want to do the point stack with the shots, you could buy him down to 2 shots. I don't know how good of odds you'll get, but hopefully it'll be plus money. But what is this? 18 out of 20 games so far this season. That's some quick math. Give me some props for that. But
Yeah, well done.
thank you. Victory lap when I can take it. But yeah, I mean, I don't have much else on this game.
All right. We good to wrap it up, or do we want to do one more game? It's your call. We are at 1 minute after.
I can do one more game.
One more game. Okay.
Okay, what are you thinking? LA, Vancouver, Edmonton, Colorado, Seattle, Winnipeg.
Man,
Your choice.
that
Yes,
Edmonton,
choice.
Colorado one seemingly should be great, but after the Minnesota game and just the way Colorado's been so weird, I don't know. I don't necessarily love it. Unless you guys have some looks you want to talk about. I think I would lean Seattle, Winnipeg here.
Yeah.
The only thing I like in the LA game is Besser point.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot
8 goals against LA in like 10 games.
Yeah, but look at this. Oh, that's it. I mean, his point chart looks great. He's on that top line.
But look at the goals.
Or with the with PD and DeBrusque top power play as well. Also, Bezer got cheap shotted by Tanner Jeannot. That's when he got hurt. That's when he got the concussion. This is their first game since that, so could be a nice spot for Bezer to kind of stick it to him. The goal looks fantastic. 73%. Oh, that's shots. What are you doing?
His points minus 120, or it's like even money.
Yeah, you can get it minus 102 on FanDuel right now. That's what it says. So, I mean, that's a great angle that I didn't even consider that I will definitely be playing. Just for the stick it to him kind of play. Like you hurt me last game. You wish you hurt me this game.
Yep.
Miller, I wouldn't play anything with Miller right now. He's not feeling it. He's got good history, but that was obvious. That was kind of connected with Bezer because they were always playing on a line together, but not something I do here.
All right.
Why, what's
Let's
wrong
do
with Miller?
Like some people saying
You
he's
don't
hurt.
even-
I don't
Okay.
know. Well, yeah.
Heartbroken.
Well, whatever.
let's wrap it up with Seattle at Winnipeg. Winnipeg's a -225 money line favorite at home. 6-2-2 in their last 10 with a 2-game winning streak. Seattle 4-5-1. They won their last game. Winnipeg third most goals for. Seattle eighth most goals against. So there you go. Winnipeg best power play on the year. We'll give you some more recent numbers shortly. We have Hellebuck in net, or likely in net rather, for the Jets. No information on the Kraken side. Let's go to Spittin for some player props. We got a player coming off a hat trick in the first period.
All right, relax. I get it. Whatever, dude. I mean, you could parlay his shots in this one. Maybe that's your Yossi stack. Go Yossi Connor over 2.5.
Yeah.
Both you'll get a good price because both are -1. I guess Yossi's -170, but -154 here for Connor. Good at home. Cleared 3 straight at home against the Kraken. The bastard. He didn't even like shoot after. He was like, I'm good. I just got my first period hat trick. Didn't shoot again. 3 shots on goal. Somebody else talk about this game.
I can say Seattle second most goals against over their last 10, 4 per game, only behind Chicago. So if we wanted to look at some Winnipeg points, that could potentially be a good option.
How's Seattle's penalty kill?
Seattle's penalty kill is 66%, 27th in the league. They're only giving up 2.33 power plays per game, though. So it's not good. Bad PK.
The Jets' power play is great.
Their power play is very good.
So you could look at power play points here.
For sure. Does anybody have a decent points line?
The only one would be Kako. That interests me. As far as a straight, I think you're still getting a really nice price on Velarde.
Yeah,
I mean, it's -150, so it's not really a straight, but like you said, maybe him in 3 shots from Kyle Connor, or use that for your OC. You're coming off a 3-point game. I know it's the Hattie from Connor, but that top line's rolling again.
Yeah. That's what happens when you play Vancouver, man.
Get right.
Snap your streaks, and you get hot. Yeah, Kako, I mean, starting to look like a really bad trade for the Rangers.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
But I'm happy for Kako. Like
Me too.
He's doing good,
And maybe it's one of those things he needed the wake up call.
Yeah.
It's the thing.
You really want to play a Kako point against Hellebuck?
Tough one.
No, I don't know if I do. That. I mean, so it kind of goes into that. Like, there's going to be better matchups, but keep him on your radar if he's not on
plus
there
140 is a fantastic price. And I mean, like he's only allowed 1 goal over his last 2 games. Niels Höglander, the GOAT. But yeah, I don't know. Like he could be due for letting some goals in.
No, don't say that.
Oh, you got him on your fantasy team, don't you?
I do.
Right on. Yeah, Kako's a good look. Any power play points and Velarde for a point. Just to wrap it up.
Speaking of Hellebuck, real quick, can you look at his saves? We have a line.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love Seattle for shots.
Well, here's the thing. Seattle is shooting 27.2 shots per game.
Oh.
And over their last 10. Winnipeg is allowing 27.3.
Interesting.
So there might be a little room on the over there. Good price. I don't know. It's tight.
Yeah.
Cool.
Winnipeg playing very well. And if he stops everything, there you go, even better.
Yeah.
Not a slam dunk by any means, but worth pointing out. Anything else in this game before we officially wrap up, gentlemen?
I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Before we go, we'll go around the table, let people know where they can find your work. We'll start with our guest, Betsky.
Yeah, you can find me at Gretzky Betskis on Twitter. You can find my Utah Hockey Club blog and podcast called Clean Hits. That's at cleanhitshockey.com or on Twitter. I'm a Parlay Science contributor. I write for Betting News. I do the Expected Bets 4 show and Puckin as well.
And he has time to come on here with us.
Yeah.
So unbelievable.
We appreciate you making time to talk some puck. We got some nice plays here. I'm excited. Feel good about tonight. Thank you again for making time. We appreciate that.
Of course, I love it.
Spitting.
Love chopping it up with you, Gretz. You can find all my written work at Canucks Army. You can find me on Twitter at Spittin' Picklets. And all my plays in the Cook the Books Discord.
And you can find me at ShotProps on Twitter /X, shotprops.com for free NHL data. And we got the Wager Workshop Discord. If you like this kind of talk, it goes on all the time in the Discord, free to join. So information at shotprops.com if you're interested in that. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Good luck tonight. We will be back next week. Take care.
See you next